Well, speaking of shit that we don't need the day it comes out, let's move on into the news. We've got some news pertaining to the new Xbox Series X. We got some Microsoft reveals more Xbox Series X specs and confirms 12 teraflops of GPU. For people that don't know what the fuck a flop is, besides the Monster Hunter movie that's going to be coming out in September, 12 teraflops is like what? 12? Is it 12 million or billion bits?
Trillion.
Fuck me, right?
Yeah. So I had this.
I can make up words too, you know.
TJ and I had this argument with Chris, and I don't exactly know if TJ was on my side, but I think that we did a really good job explaining it to Chris, because he was just like, "What the fuck is a teraflop?"
He was also fucking with y'all.
Whatever. But if you don't know, a teraflop is a unit of computing speed directly related to the graphical processor's performance. Contrasted from the gigahertz, which means like processor clock speed and so on. Specifically, it's the capability of a processor to calculate 1 trillion floating point operations per second. Saying that the Xbox Series X has 12 teraflops means that it is able to calculate 12 trillion floating point calculations per second. So in theory, we should expect faster machines and better graphics. Just all in all, that's all it means.
And the system has 12 of them. So,
right. So to compare it, because it is comparable now, the Xbox Series X is going to, at launch, be better than the graphical fidelity that you see in a RTX 2070 Super, and just under the quality that you see in RTX 2080 Ti.
That's ridiculous.
Which is stupid.
In a video game console.
In a video game console.
That is not a PC.
That is not a PC and costs like... It probably is going to cost less than that RTX 2070 Super.
Like, I could not... Like, with how inflation works and everything... I started thinking about it recently, and the way that the inflation has been working lately compared to what it was like back when, like, Nintendos were $200 when they came out.
Yeah.
Like, the inflation, like, I'm surprised these systems aren't going to be like $800. So
the price point was really something publishers and R&D was arguing over, because I can see these consoles going for $600-$700.
Yeah, if they wanted to make any kind of profit off of them, yes.
Easy. But I mean, historically, Sony and Microsoft and even Nintendo sells their console at a deficit. You know, they lose money because they expect that money back from first party games.
It's like a drug dealer. They give you the good shit in the beginning for a good price. It's because they want you to get hooked. They want you on it.
Even for the most casual gamer, I'm not going to use me as an example because Sony has my money 100 times.
Right.
How many games does the most casual gamer have? They
Not
have
like us.
3, maybe.
Maybe.
Like, I picture my uncle. My uncle's like 60-something years old. He has a PS4. He's got 3 games. He's got his baseball game. He's got a shooting game. And then he has The Witcher 3 for the story that he probably will never finish.
Yep.
He'll never finish that because he's going to get lost in it and then just want to go back and play baseball. So he's got MLB The Show 2017. He's got...
Doesn't even have the new ones.
No. He buys one and that's it.
It's all the same shit.
Exactly. They just update the roster. That's it.
I can't argue with him either.
So he buys the one baseball game. He buys his one shooting game. So I think the shooting game that I bought him was like...
Not even Call of Duty, was it?
It was Call of Duty. I think I bought him Advanced War.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the one. No. It was Call of Duty. It was Battlefield 1. That's what I bought him because he likes the old one. He's an old fuck. And then I bought him The Witcher 3 because I want him to like.
But again, you didn't buy any of those. He didn't buy those. You bought them.
No, I bought him. But that's not the point that I'm making.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
like most casual. He bought the PlayStation himself. I bought him the games. He probably like buys his daughter. It's a bad analogy. It went nowhere. I don't know what to tell you.
let's get the rails back onto the track. Is that how you say it? No, the train back onto the track.
The
Besides
rails.
the 12 teraflops, the Xbox Series X will also have variable rate shading. It's going to
Yep.
have hardware accelerated direct X ray tracing,
Yep.
quick resume for multiple games, and I think one of the big things which we were like, what, was smart delivery,
Yeah.
which means, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to read from it. The smart delivery is if you buy a game that can play on the Xbox X or the Xbox Series X, you'll have both copies. Like you'll have both of them in the one game, and it will load up whichever one it's
Yes.
supposed to load
So
up.
smart delivery, when you pay for a game, it gives you the right to both the Xbox One model and the Xbox Series X model.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that that's dependent on the developer.
Yes, it is. If the developer wants to go
So,
that route.
right. So CD Projekt Red, they were just like, you're going to get both, which is great.
Yep.
It also is supporting 4K at 120 frames per second. It has HDMI 2.1. And we do know that it has backwards compatibility up until the Xbox One. Xbox 360 is dependent on the emulation. So it's
and
not hard confirmed that all of Xbox 360 will play. It could be coming in waves,
it also
but
said
it's
OG Xbox stuff too.
I'm not saying that it's not going to have that. I haven't seen many credible sources that reflect that.
The sources that you sent me said it.
I remember them seeing Xbox 360. I don't remember seeing OG
It
Xbox.
says in one of these, I'm trying to find it. It says it goes back all the way to the original Xbox
Oh,
for the
okay.
backwards
Well,
compatibility.
there you go.
Will my old games work? Microsoft says yes, going back as far as the original Xbox. So there you go.
Good.
That's pretty good. If this thing it has the power to do it. And also, I believe it said in those versions with those games, they're going to be all the upgrades we mentioned earlier. They're going to have that. The backwards compatibility games will have all that. There was something else I wanted to bring up too. Oh, yeah, here's a quote by Phil Spencer. It says, Xbox Series X delivers a true generational leap in processing and graphics power with cutting-edge techniques resulting in higher frame rates, larger, more sophisticated game worlds, and an immersive experience unlike anything seen in console gaming. I'm also trying to find another one where it talks about how
It's like
the
the same thing
developers...
he said about the Xbox One.
I mean, if you think about it, you could say that the same thing every time a new system comes out because it's like, this one's better than the last one. This one's better than the last one. This one's better than the last one. Where is it? Oh, yeah, here it is. I think this is the one. Microsoft has previously revealed hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing and variable rate shading, VRS, and the company says it has patented its own form of VRS. This is another quote by Spencer. Rather than spending GPU cycles uniformly to every single pixel on the screen, developers can prioritize individual effects on specific game characters or important environmental objects. This technique results in more stable frame rates and higher resolution with no impact on the final image quality.
A lot of what they're saying based off of that is when you compare hardware-based ray tracing
Mm-hmm.
to software-based ray tracing.
Right.
So, NVIDIA has a decent explanation when they start talking about why the RTX is so advanced compared to the GTX and other cards that they had previously. Is because software-based ray tracing is it requires more memory. It's
Right.
slower. So when you're trying to push that graphical fidelity, a lot of its memory and processing is put on drawing out that information from the software rather it being like put into the hardware itself.
And it puts a
Uh,
strain on the system, doesn't it?
right. So what they're saying is that hardware-based ray tracing speeds up uh, the ray tracing itself by probably 10 to 15 times faster, which will result in, better frame rates, better graphical fidelity,
Mhm.
the same mumbo jumbo that they were saying earlier.
There's a lot, like, it's looking pretty promising, even down to the new like the controller. So some sources are saying that it's going to be backwards compatible with older models, and it's going to be based on the current Xbox Elite wireless model, which has the reworked D-pad and the share button. And
Mm.
Microsoft has also worked on reducing the wireless lag between, there's some lag that you can have, and they're reducing that. So if the system's going to have those Xbox Elite wireless, those things are fucking nice with those.
Yeah, they are.
And backwards compatibility with other systems, that's a little, like, I don't know of the PlayStation doing that, or like the current Xbox. Like, you can't take like an Xbox One controller and use it on a 360.
Yeah, no, it's nothing like that. Like the PS5 is rumored to be able to go all the way back to PS1. It's hard confirmed PS4 and PlayStation VR,
Right.
but there's been rumors that they'd be able to play PS1 games. But as far as like hardware moving over to other, like you can't use a PS4 controller on a PS3. That's just not fucking
Yeah,
happening.
right.
That'd
But if you're
be
like
cool.
me, yeah, that would be cool. But if you're like me, you don't buy the. I'm not like Chris. I don't just buy the system because I want to have it. I buy the system if it has games that I want. So
I mean, I said a big reason why I'm buying the the systems day one was because I don't have the pro versions of
that's
either
true.
one.
You've got some credible backing to go with it. I was just trying to make a segue into the games. You don't have to chastise me, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, if you're interested in games for the not the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, we've been saying the name wrong the entire podcast. We have to say it right. The Xbox X. That's what we have to say.
That's my fault. I started
it. We have some games that are coming out. We have the Halo Infinite, which is expected to be a launch title. We also have a sequel to Hellblade, which is called Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, which is developed by Ninja Theory Studio. And you also have all the Xbox Game Pass. All the shit on that. So things are looking pretty good for this system. I'm really genuinely like excited to see what's coming out of the. I'll start calling it its real name, the Xbox Series X. It has my respect a little bit. So the Xbox One will always be the X-Bone.
Yes.
So, but I'm excited to see what comes from this. Even though it's just a big black box. It's just like that thing's not going to be able to fit on many shelves, right?
I don't know. I hope that it can go on the side. It doesn't look like it can because it's got the vents on top.
Yeah. I don't know. You might, maybe. You'd have to. I think it's still. Either way, it looks fucking weird. It just looks like a big ass brick with a slit in the front.
You've seen how my setup at home is.
Yeah.
So one, it has to go on the top shelf of the
Of
entertainment
course,
system.
yeah.
Two, that thing might like obstruct the view of my television.
Yeah, don't put it in front of the TV sensors. You won't be able to turn your TV on and off.
Yeah, like that. I have a 70-inch television, and like the distance between
the bottom,
the top of my entertainment system till where the bottom of the television screen comes in, like that'd be fucking annoying. I imagine I'd probably put down some cardboard at the bottom and just put that bitch on the floor.
Well, shit, you've never seen all of my office, but all of my my printer and my actual PC, I've got them on milk crates because I don't like having. Yeah, dude, I don't like having computers on the floor at all because it sucks up so much dust.
Yeah.
So this, if I end up getting one, this one might get its own milk crate. So I'll try and find a green one. So there we go.
Okay.
All right, so that's some good video game news. We have some not so great video game news coming up, though.
Yeah. So it's been a few days, but about 3-4 days ago, as of Sunday, so it's been about a week. We've seen EA, we've seen Sony, Facebook, Microsoft, Epic Games. All of them have started dropping out of GDC.
Yeah.
Citing safety concerns regarding the coronavirus. It's something that we've been talking about probably for the last 3-4 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, as a result, officials from the Game Developers Conference have confirmed that the show is canceled for now.
Yep.
After many major game publishers abandoned plans to attend the show as worries over the spread of the coronavirus mount, the GDC has been forced to postpone the show until later this summer. In quote, after close consultation with our partners in the game industry and community around the world, the organization behind the event writes on their official website, we made the difficult decision to postpone the Game Developers Conference this March. The statement adds that we fully intend to host a GDC later this summer. We will be working with our partners to finalize the details and share more information about our plans in the coming weeks. Other parts of the game industry has been affected as well too. CCP has canceled eFanFest 2020. Major CS:GO tournaments IEM Katowice is going on without an audience. Games like Path of Exile 2 are facing delays, as many Asian developers are advised not to come into the office. Of course, the greatest concerns are for health of individuals, so it's good to see that the industry is prioritizing health over sticking to existing plans. It's also coming to the United States. The government has announced that
75 reported cases.
Well, yeah, now that we've jumped up to 75, I think they even jumped up past 80.
Yeah. I don't think there's been any fatalities, though.
One.
Is it one? Okay.
I think that there is one confirmed U.S. Fatality. However,
it was that lady that fell at the airport. The corona got my ankles.
No, they said that the individual was like 50. Immune system. I think that the individual may have had cancer. So that is a huge variable considering. Yeah. However,
I think it's a smart move. Like, large conventions like this are accessible for diseases,
which is why I'm kind of worried about Chris going to PAX East.
I mean, the deed is done.
Yeah,
so.
Like we may not have a boss in the next week or so.
He doesn't pay me, so.
But yeah, no, the government has already planned. Like, they're saying get ready to telework because it's coming. They said stock up on supplies. We're getting masks.
This is Akira. That's what this is.
Yeah.
What makes me mad is
I don't remember who originally posted it, but they were just like, there's a lot of allegory comparison to draw from the coronavirus into Akira.
Yep. Granted, I think Akira takes place in 2019. Semantics. But I get
during the Tokyo Olympics?
After World War III.
Oh, okay.
World War III had happened already in Akira, so I get it. Yeah, like, let's make sure people are safe, and that's good. Like, that's actually surprising to see shit in China do that. But I want Ring Fit Adventure. I can't get it, and it's pissing me off. Like, I called like this thing. So Ring Fit, like that. I don't mean to. It makes sense, okay? It's because of coronavirus, all that shit. The Ring Fit Adventure got a very limited first run. It became hugely popular. Like, it was a huge thing. And also, the coronavirus has shut down any of the manufacturing plants in overseas that would make more of these. So now these motherfuckers have realized this, and now motherfuckers are putting them on eBay for like $100. They MSRP around $80. They're putting them on there for like $150, and I'm like, fuck you. Like, it's a workout game. I just want to work out. Like, I don't want to spend so much to go to a fucking gym. So the thing is, I called the GameStop Tuesday, and they're like, yeah, we got one. I was like, cool. My wife's going to come up there and get it after work. And I text her, and she goes, I got to clean the office tonight, so is it okay if I go tomorrow? I was like, sure. She goes tomorrow, and they had sold the last copy the night before. And I was like, God damn it.
That's terrible.
Oh, it's the worst. I have the worst fucking life ever. I should probably just kill myself, so. God won't take me. He tried on the plane. But in serious note, this is a good thing. This is a good fucking human thing that big companies are doing. They're like, don't get this. I mean, it's a form of SARS. We've had SARS outbreaks before, and we need to take preventative action and all that shit.
It's not even like a form of SARS. Like, I'll talk about this. One thing that really bothers me anytime that we have some stupid shit like this is that my family will send me like Facebook messages of these super sleuths. Like they know that the government's trying to kill us. They know that the government is behind things like the changing of the weather and like these super
Oh, the
bugs that
weather
come
balloons
out.
that change the weather.
Yeah, fucking chemtrails and shit like that. I always get shit. These are supposed to be like intelligent people, okay?
Mhm.
Um, I know that I don't really. I'd say that my family is a bunch of fucking idiots, and I honestly don't think I'm far off, all things considering, because they married into intelligence and value. Um, I mean, the aunt that sent me the video today, that thinks that Lysol is the fucking cure to the human coronavirus. Oh, I'll get there.
The
I'll get there.
coronavirus is the point one that makes it.
Um,
Lysol, because they can't legally say Lysol kills 100% of everything, so they have to say
well,
99.9%.
so here's the thing. Here's the thing. There was this video of this guy. He was in a supermarket
Oh no!
and he's talking about the coronavirus. And he grabs a package, a container of Lysol wipes, and it says kills 99.9% of all bacteria. And he flips it to the back and he's just like, I want y'all to see something. And he points down to like the list of bacteria that it kills. And one of the items on there is the human coronavirus. So this guy starts going off on this incoherent tangent on how the government knew ahead of time. They already had the cure and it's in fucking Lysol. And they're out to get us to
How
cull
how
the
many how many of the
population.
marijuana cigarettes did this man take?
I don't know, but my aunt sent this to me and she's just like, "Look at this. Look at what your government's doing." And I'm just like,
It's
first off,
your government too.
I work for these motherfuckers. And secondly, I know how they operate. They ain't that smart. Um it's like
I do
when
their
my
finances, so
it's when my uncle told me about like the conspiracy theory on the Twin Towers. And it's just like they were so organized and blah blah blah, how they were able to like take out our own people just to force us to a war. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I stood in formation for 4 hours because they couldn't get a fucking lance corporal to clean his room. I don't think so. I don't think these people are it.
I think
I
we're giving
don't.
him
I
too
don't.
much credit.
Yeah, I think that you're trying to play like fucking 40 chess with a dude that barely learned checkers. Like I
Now,
don't. I don't know what to
granted, do
fucking
I
tell
think
you.
there's some kind of super secret fucking Illuminati? I don't fucking know. But that is the internet is simultaneously the best and worst thing that's ever happened to human society.
Here's what I'm saying with this. Okay, the human coronavirus is common. The human coronavirus is common.
Mhm.
This is a variation of the human coronavirus
It
that we have
evolved
uh, encountered before, which is the reason why it has the code name COVID-19.
because we've
I
seen
don't
it.
know. Well, I don't know if it's because it was discovered in 2019 or if it's the 19th variation, but we've seen the human coronavirus before. It's the fucking cold.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is. Motherfuckers are dying from the cold. And this is the shit that we've talked about, not necessarily on this podcast, but like people in the science realm, they keep on telling you, hey, be careful of those fucking antibiotics that you're pumping everybody with because the diseases that you get are going to become resistant and they're
They-
going to evolve and then
yeah.
we're all going to fucking die.
Yeah.
And so here we are. And everyone thinks that the government is intelligent enough to get you, at least the United States government. Like, I know that we're really strong in the military, but you got to see the motherfuckers that they put in charge. I mean, I don't even have a fucking degree, and I'm dealing with billions of dollars every single fucking day. So put that into perspective, motherfuckers.
He just bought 2 fight sticks this week.
How do you think my finances are set up?
Oh man, that's crazy. Again, too, people are like, it's. I mean, at the end of the day, it's natural selection. I don't know. Maybe it's young, healthy people that are dying, but
No, all you gotta do is wash your ass. Like that's all they say.
is that
Wash
what it
your
is?
hands, wash your face, wash your ass. You'll be fine.
Oh, you made the normal things you should be doing?
Right.
I'm sorry, if you take a shit and you don't wash your hands, I don't want to know you. I've seen people I work with not wash their hands after they take a leak. That's arguable. Like, you could be like, because I wash my hands every time. I think it's fucking gross. But you could argue, be like, well, my dick's clean. It's in my pants all day. I'm not doing anything with it. But you poop, and everyone's on their phone when they poop. And your phone has poop on it. Your phone has poop. If you don't have a covered toothbrush, your toothbrush has poop on it. Everything's got poop on it. That's why I say if you have a toothbrush where you don't change the head out, or if you just have a regular toothbrush, either boil that bitch every month or get you a new toothbrush every month.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to get a new one.
Yeah.
They recommend at least every 3 months get a toothbrush.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're doing it by that, still boil it every month to clean off all the doo-doo. Don't rub it on your eye. That's how you get pink eye. Don't do that. You know that's how you get pink eye, right?
Well, I know that's how you get pink eye, but I'm just trying to draw the correlation of where you like. So I know that you're not sticking the toothbrush in your ass.
No,
but like
when you
in between to get the doo-doo from your asshole to
so you do know that when you sit on a toilet, it doesn't fucking vacuum seal around your fat ass, right?
Yeah, but how does it get on my toothbrush?
You know how you smell shit?
Yeah.
You smell shit because there's shit particles in the air.
Okay.
That shit lands on your toothbrush when you go doo-doo.
Okay, so in my house, I have a door that separates my toilet
and 4 fight sticks. Sorry, I forgot who I was talking to. In the real people's houses. Anyway, wash your hands and your ass and you won't get corona.